I saw this luminous object. It was enormous. It was about 11 at night. I was with a friend. It was about 12 years ago. It was overwhelming, 10 times bigger than the moon. It came towards us, then it turned, and it left towards the next village. It was enormous, the same shape, the same colors, very big, enormous. I saw one up there near our house. It was a disc, round, the colors of the sun, orange, yellow, bigger than the moon, also with some red in it.
Muchas veces. He visto esos platillos voladores.
He said he's seen flying saucers. ¿Cómo se parecen?
Los platillos voladores que descansan en el cerro.
They rest up on the mountains.
En lo feo.
¿En qué?
En lo más feo.
En lo más feo. In the worst parts of the mountain.
Sí, como este sí.
¿Sí?
Sí, acá.
He says yes, he's seen, that's what he's seen.
Sí, la luz que se ve
Sí.
es como este color.
The light that you can see is it's this color.
Aquel cerro allá en la punta se para uno, una luz.
Up there in the mountain,
Clara, blanca.
a white light stops up there on the
Y
mountain.
en aquel,
And then over there on that other
se
peak,
para una de color.
that has three colors.
Especie de, bueno, no objeto no determinado, no identificado.
A light came down. ¿Era de noche?
Sí,
A light came down into the mountain from the sky
como las 11:30.
about 11:30 at night.
Al descender, se vio claramente como que levantó una polvadera muy grande.
Una polvadera. And as it came down onto the mountain, it looked like it raised a lot of dust.
Posteriormente, se vio claramente una rampa de luces
It had like a bunch of lights. ¿Qué colores?
de diferentes colores.
That a bunch of different colors.
No exactamente así con el color y todo,
He said,
una forma.
he said the same shape and more or less the same colors.
I saw these orange lights many times. They appear here and there. One time at 5 a.m., one time at 7 p.m. They are round, disc-shaped, and they have a flat dome on top. They have notches on their sides, like bitten out, and they are surrounded by light. Sometimes they are more yellowish, sometimes more reddish, sometimes they rotate.
It was about 7:30 p.m. My daughter comes home from school at that time. I went to the corner of the street to pick her up. Then I waited for her. It suddenly appeared in the sky. It was very, very big. In the middle of this round, big thing was something moving. It looked like it would change its colors. I showed it to my daughter, but she only said, "Don't look at it. Come on, let's go." But I wanted to see it. Its center pulsated. It was very large and round, very bright. It was yellow with orange light.
They look like the sun. They are round and have many little lights. They are yellow, orange and white, and they appear and disappear. The light objects sometimes suddenly appear, fly and disappear again. Most of the time they disappear in the direction of the Tepozteco hill. Most people here have seen them. You will find that out when you ask in the town. One night we saw this light in the mountains. We observed it through our binoculars. It was very bright, pulsated in red and orange, but was mostly red. It looked like it had landed on a hill. It was a round object. For several minutes it stayed there, then it suddenly disappeared.
We saw for several times these lights over the Cerro de la Luz. They were red and yellow and orange. They were round.
We were driving in a car when we saw this big object, as big as a bus or a truck. It was very large. It was shining in a very bright, intense light, red and yellow.
Con colores azul, rojo, naranja, pero lo más sorprendente es que no hacía ruido.
Una ocasión sí vi, venía yo de por acá del rumbo de Santo Domingo, hacia aquel lado pegado ya.
It was around 7:30 p.m. when I saw a strange luminous object standing on the Cerro de Hombre. It was an orange-colored object, round, very, very, very bright, and very, very, very big. It was brighter and bigger than an aircraft light. It came down slowly and eventually lighted up the whole area where it was landing. It was staying there for 15 minutes. I was together with another sister of our order. It came, stood there, and suddenly vanished. It was orange-colored, very bright, round, and big.
Y después mi compañera con la que iba también la vio, pero a mí la verdad me dio miedo. O sea que nada más era así redondo, pero cosa grande. Era algo grande.
It was hovering here above the trees, not too high. It was a large orange-colored disc, and suddenly it disappeared.
Una ocasión, con su esposa estaba yo platicando y lo vi más o menos en el Cerro de la Luz.
One time during my training here, I saw such an object over the Cerro de la Luz. It had exactly the shape and the colors as on the photo. It was round and consisted of yellow and red light. I saw these objects several times over the rocks and hills, one time in this direction, one time over there, another time over Zematzin, always at night, one time at 8 p.m., one time at 4 a.m. Yes, they are identical. They have these red and yellow lights, and whenever they appear suddenly, all the dogs start to howl and bark. I saw this red-orange light 2 times in this direction, the third time over the Zematzin, in direction of the village Santiago, a little bit to the left. This was 2 months ago. The sighting lasted for about 3 minutes. It was gliding, wobbling, went up and down. Another time was at 9 p.m. My wife was there. My mother was there. We saw how this luminous object moved down slowly and jerky before it suddenly disappeared. All of a sudden, in a break of a second, it just disappeared.
My wife was with me, my mother was with me.
Entre los tres estuvimos observando esa luz, pero se movía muy despacio
we saw this light moving very slowly.
Sí, después
down,
desapareció.
And
de
it
repente
disappeared.
Se fue en una fracción de segundo.
In a fraction of a second, it just
se apagó y ya no
just went left.
Con un grupo de personas que viene aquí a hacer un programa de desintoxicación.
We were a group of people in a meditation class at a detoxification seminar when we suddenly saw this light in the mountains. It was very impressive because it was very large. It changed its colors, stood there for a while before it suddenly disappeared. We were all very impressed by what we saw. It looked like it were looking for a place to land. It had bright colors, and when it rose, they became more intense, and it grew and changed its colors. It was yellow and orange mixed, more or less like on the photos of Carlos. All of a sudden, it disappeared.
Son fotos, yo creo que son tomas, pues creíbles, ¿no? Creíbles porque las toman, yo creo que en el momento.
Although I am a doubting Thomas, this is credible. Many people have seen these objects at different opportunities in different parts of Tepoztlán. They appear within a second, hover in the sky, and disappear again. They look like on the photos and films, and this proves they are real. I had several sightings by my own over the hills. For example, over the Zematzin, the Hill of Life. The colors of this luminous object were very impressive. It was red and yellow. Also some violet was in it. It was very impressive. It was quite a big apparatus, an enormous object of light.
Se ve la gran dimensión, yo creo que el aparato que traen, porque sí se ve enorme las luces, ¿no?